So today we are on the Divine Discourse number 59 on the 12th of June 2020. Sharvari Nam Samvatsar, Uttarayan, Grishma Ritu, Jyeshta Mas, Krishna Paksh, Saptami, a Friday. So now we have gone into the crux of the entire spiritual aspects in terms of understanding the three states in which each and every jiva or an individual goes through on a daily basis. One is the waking state, the dream state, and the deep sleep state. Inevitably, we all have to go through these three states in our daily life. Then we also understood about the three bodies which every jiva has from the spiritual angle. The gross body, Stula Sharir, subtle body, Sukshma Sharir, and the causal body, the Karan Sharir. Then we went one step further ahead in understanding that we are made up of all these three bodies comprised together are covered with 5 sheets, are enveloped in 5 sheets. So those we understood.
Welcome and thank you for choosing freeconferencecall.com. You're helping people around the world.
Annamaya Kosha, which is a part of the Stula Sharir. Then we have the Sukshma Sharir, which has the 3 koshas, which are the Pranamaya, Manomaya, and Vijnanamaya. And then the third body, which is the causal body, has the 5th sheet, which is known as the bliss sheet. Now, having gone through the panorama of all these, we got to understand one thing. With our Viveka Shakti, or the power of discrimination, we understood what is permanent and what is impermanent. If you see in the entire process, there is one unchanging factor which is continuously seeing all the changes in all the 3 states of waking, dream, and deep sleep, and in all the 3 bodies at every point of time. So now gradually you are getting to understand what is that which is seeing all this, and which we call as the permanent, which is the eternal, which is the infinite. And what is that which we call is finite, mortal, and limited. These aspects are very clear. Now, so today what we'll be doing is, we'll be going to do a meditation on the awareness factor, which is that Chaitanya Shakti in you, the Chetana Shakti in you. We will take that as a concept now, and we will go into a deeper meditation and try to send all this fine information into our subconscious mind. Then only it can come as a living reality for you. As far as it is in your conscious mind, there are chances that you will even forget it. But once it goes in your mind, even in your sleep, if somebody comes and asks you, you will not make a mistake. That is the beauty of the subconscious mind. Okay. Now, here for spirituality, we have a threefold approach. which we have discussed in the past. One is the Tattvajnanam, second is Vasanakshayam, and the third one is Mano-nasham. So what is Tattvajnanam? Tattva means the reality, the foundation, the substance, substratum. All this means Tattva. Jnanam means knowledge. So knowledge of the Supreme, or the substratum of this entire universe, that we are doing extensively by studying the Bhagavad Gita. Second is the Vasanakshayam, which we are talking about, where, as per what we understood, all the vasanas, the tendencies, the sanskars, they are stored in the Karan Sharir, which erupt from time to time as desires in the intellect. So we have to do a lot of cleansing on the Vasana Sharir. That is the Karan Sharir. So for that Vasana cleansing, we are using the technique of the Mahamrityunjay Japa. And the third approach is for Mano-nasham. What we are doing, Mano-nasham is what? This false egotism which we have developed from time immemorial, and which has been the main culprit and the cause for this bondage of this jiva. We have seen how anything which comes into our life, be it a sound body, a beautiful face, then you have good features, you have good talent, you don't have talent, all these come from the Karan Sharir, which is where these vasanas are lying. And then to meet the demand of the vasanas, one is gifted with a body of that kind, to exhaust the vasanas. That is the purpose. Because in bondage, life has been asking, I want to do all this, the jiva, and accordingly it has done good, it has done bad, worthy, unworthy, everything. So all that is going to come for exhaustion. It comes into the new jiva. So for Mano-nasham, where we want to hit strongly the egotism, the kartrutva bhava, which is the cause of bondage again. Now that Mano-nasham, we have now started the meditation of Prajnanam Brahma. I hope you all have seriously started it. Otherwise, what happens is, there are two levels of listeners. One are known as the Jigyasus, and the second category are known as Pipasu. Jigyasu are the one who want to know. They didn't know what is this about. So they say, okay, now I have heard, I have understood. Okay. Which was a subject which I was ignorant of. Now I'm aware. That's all. And at best he may also say that whoever taught me, he really spoke very well. He's a good teacher or not so good teacher, whatever, that way. Now the second level are the Pipasus, who have that thirst for God, that real yearning for the Lord. And they want to experience God and that spiritual knowledge in life. So they are not going to stop just at that point where you have known what the subject is for the sake of understanding and be happy with it. No. And I can see with the dedication you people have been attending the classes so regularly, means I hardly can see any Jigyasu over here. All are Pipasus only. But complacency is something which sometimes puts you off track. So please don't get complacent. Have something where you are reporting to. If you feel that yourself is strong enough to report to, that kind of a discipline is there, report to yourself. Or report to somebody whom you feel, yes, this is what we have learned and this is what we are going to do. And I'm doing this way, I'm meeting my targets, my deadlines in terms of sadhana. So that way. Otherwise, I'm of course there always. Whatever you want. Many people have been in touch with me, and they have been taking clarifications and taking things forward. I'm really glad. So here there is a great level of success because you have that yearning. And what happens, in the spiritual world especially, our thoughts, our actions, and these beliefs what we have, they speak so much louder than words. When you have learned anything, you start imbibing by these kind of practices. These actions speak more louder than words. There was once a Western philosopher called Henry David Thoreau. He was somewhere in the 18th century near England. You know what he said? What you are is speaking so loudly to me, I am unable to hear the words that you speak. So that is what your actions, your thoughts, your words, they show what you are exactly. So now we have to increase our yearning. For that, what comes is abhyas is to Kaunteya. What Lord Krishna is saying, practice, practice, practice. Nothing other than practice. You have seen doctors. What do we ask them? How is your practice? Advocates, how is your practice? Chartered accountants, hope your practice is fine. What is the meaning of this? They have learned something and they're continuously working and they're practicing it in their daily life. So our purpose of learning whatever we have done is not for anything else, but only for that God realization. Primarily, now I'm just taking a recap of our goals, and we are reminding ourselves of our goals. God realization 1. 2 is live a purposeful, fulfilling, and a meaningful life. That says everything. It talks about your prosperity, it talks about your joy, your peace, your contentment. What more you want other than these two? So with this, what we need to do is, now we need to push our learning and determination for practice. As they say, life is not measured by the number of breaths you take, but by the moments that take our breath away. And I tell you, once you get into the spiritual practice in depth, you structure your life very well. Okay, this is the time I'll do my Prajnanam Brahma meditation. This time I'll do my Mahamrityunjaya meditation. This is the time I'll do my Bhagavad Gita chanting. All these will start shaping your life so well. You will see that moments where your breath is taken away. Those are those wow moments and those wow feeling within you. You will not care for what is happening outside. Things which used to disturb you, somebody didn't look at you properly, somebody didn't talk to you properly. All these are petty things. You will not get disturbed by any of these things. So to get that wow feeling in life, one has to do these practices. There was once a Zen school of judo. Now there, it's quite a reputed a school in Japan. One student about the age of 9, 10 years old, okay, he goes to the master, bows before him, and he tells the master, I want to learn judo. Now you know what the master says. First thing is, he's shocked at looking at this boy, but he does not express it. He controls himself and he asks him, may I understand what is the reason for you learning judo? You have come to me and you're asking, I understand, but what is that inner, deep desire in you? What is that? He says, right from the time I have gained my senses and understanding, I am just fascinated by you and I want to learn under you and become like you. You know why the master is surprised is because this boy doesn't have a right hand. He's only having one hand, which is the left hand. Rest is all okay, body is all fine. That is why this master was astonished. But looking into that determination and willpower of the child, what he said is, okay, come on, I'll start teaching you. And he starts coaching him step by step, scales it up every now and then. But the boy is able to take the pressure, going higher and higher. Now this child, at the first level, he in a 1.5 2 years time, he excels in the institute and in the neighboring region and in a larger region. Imagine, he doesn't have one hand. You all know in judo what happens is you basically use your kicking tactics and with your hands you lift the person and throw him harshly. So now this, as this person was, the student was growing very well in his sport, the master once felt, I think I can take this student much higher. And what he told him was, I need you to practice one particular step. And for how much time, how many times? 10,000 times, he said. You just practice that one step. Now the beauty of this step was, it took this child to the national level. How? Because in that step, the counter is that the opponent has to catch hold of the right hand of the opponent to defeat him in that step, which the boy didn't have a right hand. So that came as a shock to the entire judo fighting arena. So here, there may be a weakness in us. You may not get anything initially to do in the right manner, but not to get disturbed. Have that courage, willpower, grace of Lord is going to flow towards you. As far as you open your arms and invite the cosmic energy, it is always there ready to come. Be it in the field of cricket, Virat Kohli or Sachin Tendulkar, all these people, they hit a century just like that. You mean to say they were born cricketers? No. They also went through various selection committees and practice, brought them to these heights. They definitely have practiced much more than what others normally do. So that is the beauty in life. You have to put in more and more practice. They say for a genius, it is 99% perspiration and 1% inspiration. Geniuses are not made just like that. There is that amount of perspiration. There was a study conducted by social psychologists in Toronto. What they did was they went all along and did extensive research on the lives of various top achievers in the entire world. Top achievers in the sense, it could be any field. It could be in the field of music, art, literature, sports, profession, various types. And they found that one thing in everybody which was common was they arrived at a number. See, this is alarming, I'm telling you. This is the report of a research. They said people who have put in 10,000 hours of practice in any field of action, they have become world class. So what we need is that kind of a practice. It is how much you sow, you will be able to reap that much only. You have to put in that effort in terms of moving forward on this 10,000 hours. Now I made a quick calculation. If you take 365 days a year and divide it by 10,000, it will take about 27 years. If you have done all the 365, if you take about 2 hours, then it is 13 and a half. 3 hours, it will take 9 years. 4 hours, it will take about 6 and 3/4 year. 5 hours, 5.5 years. And 8 hours a day takes about 3.5 hours to become an expert in any field. But now, where are we putting our efforts? In what field? In all miscellaneous aspects of life. And we are really not able to achieve anything. This has to be with focus and on that one single activity of sport or game, or it could be an event, whatever it is. I would like to mention about a great inspiring story. We all have heard about Michael Phelps, who won the highest number of gold medals in the Olympics. In fact, till date, he is the one who has won the highest number of gold medals in Olympic history, actually. And you know what his condition was? When he was in 6th standard, at the age of about 12, he was diagnosed with ADHD, Attention Deficit Hyperactivity Disorder. This is primarily a mental disorder. And his mother was the principal of the school where this boy was studying. And they decided that there's no point in this boy studying in school now, because he's completely in a mental disorder. Then what the mother did, she said, he has some liking towards swimming. Why don't we let him at least practice swimming, whatever way it is? And then they appointed a coach, and he picked up. He was doing about 2 hours, 3 hours every day. Then they increased it to 4, 5, 6. And then he said 6 hours a day he's practicing for 5 days in a week. And see this boy. He says, no, I don't want to waste my Saturday. It will be another 365 days into 6 hours. I want to practice. And then he didn't even leave on a Sunday also. 6 hours of practice on a Sunday. And see how this perspiration took him to a particular level in life. So these are true and real inspiring stories for us. Now we are not interested in the secular aspects in life. Okay, that is still there, fine. But now what we are looking at is we want to achieve something in life. which is of the highest nature, the supreme knowledge. And it is not only for Ihaloka, meaning this life, it is for the Paralok also as well. Mainly it is for Paralok. A rare opportunity given for a human is what now we have at least come to that stage where we are trying to understand. Look at your circle. How many are interested in this? Very few. Very few. And we should consider and firstly be happy that we are those chosen few. And without losing steam on our steadfastness, we have to gear up on the sadhana, what we are going to do. So now we will be working out on some more methods where we could increase the impact of the sadhana, which immediately has an impact on your daily life, your health, your relationship, your whatever, your prosperity, everything it will. So I will come to you shortly on that, where scientifically how we are going to reach our subconscious mind, form neural pathways, get the maximum benefit of the RAS, which is known as retinal activating systems in the brain. So with all this, we will move forward in life. Okay, so I think now we have discussed about doing sadhana, and then we will get on to do sadhana in great depths from tomorrow onwards. And I would request all of you on all these three fronts, whatever we have discussed so far, you should please keep doing it. And any point of time you will want to share anything with me, most welcome. And have any doubts, you can come on the group, or you can come to me independently also on my WhatsApp. We can, I'll definitely help you. But whatever it be, don't miss sadhana. It's like your breath. Don't miss your breath.